remember it now.
That's classic, isn't it? So what's our plan?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really? That's
Charge.
our plan?
Yeah, charge.
Okay. I love that series. I love him. He's such a good cowboy, I think.
Oh, yeah. Did you, see Ozark?
No, I haven't seen that one. I heard that's pretty good too.
It is good.
Somebody said Big Sky is another one that's,
Yeah, yeah,
I haven't seen it. That's my next one I want to watch.
yeah. That's a, that, we've been watching that too.
Okay, my fogged up glasses say it's 6 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and get started and call the meeting in order of February 16th of the Brandon City Council, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and welcome, everyone. Christina, can you call the roll?
Clark. David. Fish. Jorgensen. Gall. Parliament. Mayor Lundberg.
Here. I'd entertain a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the agenda as presented. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We have 4 sets of minutes to approve tonight. January 21st, special meeting, January 28th, briefing meeting, February 1st, regular meeting, February 4th, special meeting. Entertain a motion to approve as presented.
Move to approve.
Motion is second to approve as presented. Any questions, comments, corrections? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Bills and claims were in your packet, totaling $1,079,728.25. Motion to approve.
So moved. Yeah, second.
Motion is second to approve bills and claims as presented. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public comment, anybody from the public that wishes to speak right now? Be your time to do so. Hearing none, we'll move into a opening of a public hearing for the Brandon Water Treatment Plant expansion. Brian?
I'll turn it over to Christine and Tammy. We've got some requirements that we have to talk about tonight or present at the public hearing to meet the state regulations pertaining to cost, options, fees.
And Ben's actually here from A2S, so we'll let him start.
Oh.
No. Oh, you want to print out one? Just remember to push the button.
There we go. Ben Jolson with A2S. As you mentioned, there's some requirements for public hearings with the facility plan to meet the state requirements for being able to fund the project through SRF, or keep that option open at least. In general, as we've gone through before, the need for the project is to meet the growth of the community, make sure we're supplying the necessary water as the community grows over the next 10, 20, 50 years. We looked at the 4 alternatives I'd spoken about before, 2 of them being softening alternatives, 2 of them being non-softening alternatives, going from expanding just the existing treatment to adding additional radium treatment with that alternative 2, and then looking at softening options that include RO softening and lime softening. Estimated project costs haven't changed since the last time I spoke to you all. The alternative 1, the base expansion, would be approximately $13 million. The alternative 2, with the additional radium treatment that we found wasn't really needed with the way we were able to treat for radium at the existing plant, which is very successful. That alternative is a little over $17 million. Alternative 3 with the RO softening is at $22.7 million, and alternative 4 with lime softening at $24.5 million. With the recommended alternative of moving forward with alternative 3, the expansion with the RO softening. And as we discussed, we can look at bidding that RO softening as an alternate, and those costs can be reviewed at bid time. Summary of that alternative includes existing treatment matching what the current plant does, as well as adding RO softening at the back end of the plant. So we're looking at aeration, radium removal with the HMO and IMAR media that the plant currently has, filtration, RO softening, disinfection, and we're also looking at additional residuals management to reduce or as much as possible eliminate the flows that go to the sewer right now. For the SRF loan summary, the estimated loan right now is that the alternative 3 project costs at $22.6 million. Loan terms would be a 30-year duration with an interest rate of 2.125%. They also have an option for a 20-year loan duration that I believe is at 2.25% right now. And it would be funded through the water system rate revenue. As far as impacts on rates, looking forward a few years to 2025, this was part of the survey that was sent out as well. The expansion cost would raise rates at $14 to $18, and the added treatment, or added softening, would add the total project cost then to $26 to $35 for a monthly additional charge. Now those are looking out a few years. This completely depends on what the final project costs are, what the loan terms end up being, and then looking at how that would get structured going forward on a annual increase or annual rate basis. That is the short and sweet information I have today. That covers the requirements of the state for the public hearing, and we'll open up to any questions.
I was thinking that our base was just to expand the treatment plant with the possibility of adding the RO treatment, not the other way around. What I heard you say was the RO treatment was the favored one. Am I incorrect in that?
That's a recommendation.
That's your recommendation?
Yeah,
So
that
we're
was-
going to bid them separately,
It'd be bid, this approach would be bid as one project
right?
with RO, the building and the treatment process as an alternate, and then they can be decided on bid day whether or not that cost for that alternate is worth moving forward with and building or not.
So Barb, just some of the next steps. At the next council meeting, we'll have kind of the draft or final review of that facility plan. Hopefully we have formal approval on the next meeting for that. And that just kind of goes through the whole process of what we've been done up to this point. And then on March 15th, that second meeting, that's when we'll bring that design proposal in front of council. And then you'll have 3 options. One will be just to expand the plant, doing the expansion with the softening. And the third one would be to expand it and then have the option and then design it with RO in mind that could be added later. So none of those decisions have been made yet. That'll come in March.
Yeah, this step here is really providing a public comment period for the facility plan recommendation per the state requirements to do so.
You're exactly right, though, Barb, that, and this council is going to have to keep in mind that the process of including RO is going to be an extremely expensive bid alternate. It's not just thrown out there and it can't be taken lightly, I guess is what I'm saying, because it's going to be expensive. So you're going to have to come to the realization of whether you want to do it or you can't just do it just to look at a number, is what I'm saying.
Right.
It's going to be half $500,000 look. Any comments from the public?
Thank you.
Administration? Any more?
That covers all the requirements.
All right, I will close the public hearing on the Brandon Water Treatment Plant expansion then. We'll move on to old business. Second reading of ordinance 621, illegal dumping and littering. Motion to approve, second reading. Motion and second to approve the second reading of ordinance 621. Any questions, comments?
Just a quick typo. Brandon is misspelled right underneath ordinance 621.
Any others? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to committee reports, golf course, we have a wage adjustment for Andrew Bauer to $25.51 an hour. Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
Motion is second to perform a wage adjustment for Andrew Bauer to $25.51 an hour. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have pay app number 1 on the golf course bank stabilization project of $44,792 to 605 Companies Incorporated. Entertain a motion to approve pay app 1.
Motion to approve.
Motion is second to approve pay app 1 to 605 Companies in the amount of $44,792. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have a lengthy list of summer staff for the golf course to be approved. Entertain a motion to approve the staffing recommendations as presented.
Second.
Motion is second to approve the summer staffing recommendations as presented by the administration. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9A4, we have a proposal for a lease GPSs for our golf course and the subsequent paying for those through advertisement and sponsorships. I'd entertain a motion to approve the proposal as presented by the administration.
I'll move to approve. I'll second.
Motion is second to approve the lease agreement for GPS devices for our golf course and the subsequent advertising and promotion to pay for those through the advertising, I should say. Any other questions?
Just want to extra clarify that for the public to understand that this isn't coming out of the city's expenses. This is completely being covered by advertisers.
Okay, any other questions, comments? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to Parks and Rec, we have a request for a special event in McCarty Park on April 9th and 10th for a ski-doo event to show their new wares. I entertain a motion to approve.
I make that motion, Mayor.
Second.
Thank you. A motion and a second to approve the special event in McCarty Park on April 9th and 10th for the Skidoo event. Any questions?
Just a quick comment, make sure that the, baseball, thank you. Just make sure the Baseball Association knows what's going on so they don't have things scheduled down there. Yeah. They schedule some games down there still, don't they?
Yeah.
I think so. T-ball or coach pitch or something, just make sure they're aware of those dates.
Very good. Any other questions, comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 9C, under Public Safety, we have an inspection report, and we have item number 1. Item number 2 is the police chief search is laid out by the administration. I'd entertain a motion to approve the process is laid out for searching for a new police chief. Motion is second to approve the process for the new police chief search. Any questions? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have a salary adjustment for Jamie Steffel for performing the interim chief of police duties to $40.69 an hour. Entertain a motion to approve. Motion is second to approve the wage adjustment for Jamie Steffel to $40.69 an hour for the interim police chief duties. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Under D, under administration, we have a proposal from AE2S for yet another study for development fees in the amount of $49,630. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Is there a second? So motion is second to approve contract with AE2S for a proposal to develop a plan for development fees in the amount of $49,630. Questions, comments?
Where is this coming out of the budget at?
It's budgeted under council professional services, so it's under there. I just want to note that we did budget $30,000 for this, so it is a little bit above budget. But at budget time, it's just kind of a guess to throw it in there on the dollar amount.
And just as a refresher, why do we need this done instead of doing it in-house?
So right now we have cost recoveries, we have special assessments, and we also have impact fees. Our impact, we're starting to develop kind of outside of those areas that we have those impact fees at now. And so we really need to be planning for the future development. And there's a lot involved in this, and there's some GIS work that's involved in this as well. Plus, there's a lot of meetings with the committee, with the developers committee. And I don't have time to put all of that together and to research all of that and to make it all work. And it's kind of a crunch time thing. We have a lot of development plans coming in, and I need to be focusing my time on reviewing those and not try to figure out development fees and building permits and platting fees and everything else that kind of gets wrapped into this.
As much as I hate to do another study, I have been involved with this stuff, as has Tim, and it is very complex. And we want to make sure that what we do is appropriate for us, but also doesn't discourage in development and people go to other cities when we could be getting those folks, if appropriate. So it's really complicated, I know. So I don't want to do another one, but I think if we got to study it, we need to hire it out.
I have a question, Tammy. So like how often does this have to be like redone? Like if we do this one, is it good? Or I guess it depends on the market, right? But that you don't see it being something annually that we have to do? Is it more like every few years depending on how the market is or what?
Right, and we haven't updated this in a really long time. So I really hope this helps us just catch up, and then hopefully as city staff, we can just keep it moving forward.
You talk about complexity, that's going to be over like an intern's head as well?
Big time.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any other questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item D2, we have a list of volunteers for our CERT team. Entertain a motion to approve those volunteers.
Oh, now wait, I've got a question for Dave. Did you find the typo in this one, Dave?
In the what?
In this one, on page 52.
52?
Mhm.
You're ahead of me.
The volunteer-
Oh, we're on the cert, right? We on the cert? Disbanded is misspelled.
That was scratched.
It's disbanded. Second line should be disbanded. Dave and I will keep you in line. I know it's a lot to type, so we'll be in charge of that.
Point out that stuff was spelled
I was gonna say, I was.
Yeah, you did, yeah. Yeah, yeah. It'll be a battle. Just a little levity.
Okay? Go ahead and provide a lot of levity then. I guess I'm still waiting for a motion on the approval of the CERT
Oh,
team.
so moved.
Motion is second to approve the volunteer list for our CERT team members. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item D3, analysis of wage study. Who wants to take that, Brian?
The wage structure's in your packet. We've talked about it. You know, at this point in time, instructions from the council were to raise the police department a minimum of $2 per hour per employee. And then the other ones, like I've explained before, are just slotting everybody into their closest step on the revised salary scale. So the recommendation is to move the PD up that $2 except for the lieutenant, and then the other ones would be on those first columns of numbers, the adjusted wages. If that's what the council would like to go with, a motion would be appropriate, and then we would prepare a new salary resolution.
Motion is second to approve the wage study analysis and adjustments as presented with the option of increasing the the police officers a minimum $2 an hour increase. Questions?
On our
Comments?
meeting, what?
Questions, comments?
Okay. On the meeting the other day, we also talked about Public Works and taking a look at those positions, and with the idea of possibly, probably making adjustments down the road. How long would you anticipate that process would take?
I would think probably 60 days to get the job descriptions reviewed, get them through department heads, see which certifications are in place. So probably 60 days would be my thinking.
Okay, so we're talking sometime in April, we can come back and visit this again?
Yeah, if all goes well and everybody gets to work and nobody takes a vacation.
Yeah, just another comment on this. We haven't really touched a lot on the change of the wage scale itself. I mean, it is a good thing for all employees because the wage scale becomes smaller and shorter. So employees' step rates will be larger and not take as long to get to where they are now with all of the lines. So even though there may be a delay in getting to another department, it's still beneficial to them now.
So then if we're looking at Public Works and the police, are we gonna look at parks? Are we looking at
We'll
everybody?
look at everybody. Because the parks are in the same boat as the Public Works, where we're trying to divvy up three levels instead of one, depending on certification, like pool certification, sprayer certification, CDL, et cetera. The other thing, we did meet with department heads Friday morning and did make a request to see if they can find funding or expenditure cuts, reductions. It's less dramatic. Expenditure reductions to offset the increase or proposed increases in their budgets.
I guess I will just reiterate that I am not in favor of this, simply because I can't vote yes for something that takes one department and separates it and causes infighting amongst our city staff. It's just, I'm all in favor of simplifying a pay scale. I think that's a wonderful thing. I by no means think that our police staff doesn't do a fantastic job. It's just the optics of this are just not good when you take one department and give them an unbelievably large raise compared to everybody else. So I'll be a no.
I'm really happy to hear that the departments are going to look for some possible expenditure reductions. I think this needs to be done at budget time, not in the middle of the budget and dumping another 92,000 on our budget. It, I think, is inappropriate. I'm not against people getting raises, but I think the timing is incorrect on this particular move.
And just devil's advocate to that, Barb, I mean, we've had this discussion so many times over the years, and it's always, we need to look at it when the benefits come due. We need to look at it when budgets due. We need to, there's just always a reason. I guess I'm ready to take some sort of action. I mean, this is also making a change within our golf course. It's not just a select department exclusively. And I think it sets the stage for these other departments too, if we actually take action rather than continue to kick the can down the road. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Okay. I will in just a second. Will state in the guise of transparency, nobody has brought it up here. Just briefly, you brought it up, the cost of this proposal is just under $100,000 for the public purposes, and of which $70,000 is attributed to the police department. Be just very clear on that. Christina, call the roll.
Clark? David? Fish?
No.
Jorgensen?
Aye.
Call?
Aye.
Parliament?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-2. Moving on to 9E. 2, we have a proposal from HDR Engineering for the core area Phase 2A design work in the amount of $288,580. Entertain a motion. Motion and second to approve the proposal from HDR Engineering in the amount of $288,580 for core area Phase 2A design. Any questions?
What did we think it might, do we have, like, is it like 3 million, 4 million? Any-
6 million.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Along with the same core area, Phase 2A, we have a proposal from Geotech for testing fees in the amount of $4,500. Entertain a motion to approve that. Motion and second to approve the proposal from Geotech for amount not to exceed $4,500 for core area Phase 2A testing services. Any questions? All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 4, we have 3 bids for curb and sidewalk repairs. Low bid was from Big Al's Contracting for $162,919.61. Entertain a motion to approve the low bid. Motion and a second to approve the low bid for curb and sidewalk repairs, the amount of $162,919.61. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Pay app number 10 for the core area Phase 1 project, the amount of $417,500 to Sukup Construction. Entertain a motion.
Second.
Motion and second to approve pay app number 10 to Sukup Construction for $417,500. Questions? I would take a moment myself to exhibit some privilege here and thank Sukup Construction for the fine efforts on that project. I thought it was very well run and very organized and paid attention to details and did just a very nice job on that project. The result is very pleasing to the eye. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Motion carries. We have a construction administration proposal from DGR for the Rushmore project, the amount of $363,150. Entertain a motion to approve that from DGR. Motion is second to approve the construction administration proposal from DGR in the amount of $363,150. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Under water and sewer, number one, we have a small change order number one on the water meter replacement project, adding $275 to the contract. Entertain a motion to approve change order number one. Motion is second to approve change order number one as presented, adding $275 to the contract. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item F2, we have a change order number 2 on well number 8 project. That's a deduct of $2,244. Making the total contract $976,200. Entertain a motion to approve change order number 2. Motion is second to approve as presented. Questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item F3, we have a pay app number 7 for the well number 8 project to Metro Construction in the amount of $54,463. Motion to approve. Motion and second to approve pay app number 7 is presented. Any questions? All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. All right, come towards the end of our agenda. Any new business? Administration?
I have a couple of things. We have a CIP meeting on Thursday night at 5 o'clock, and then at the end of your packet is the District 3. It's going to be a virtual meeting this year. Normally they have somewhere where we meet in this area. It will be virtual, so if you are interested in being a part of that, please let me know, and we have to sign you up, and then they'll send you an email with a link on that day.
So we're 3.
Yep.
District 3, yep.
Hearing no other business, we have an executive session item, contract negotiations. I would entertain a motion to move into executive session at 6:32 p.m. Motion is second to move into executive session for a contract negotiation item. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Now in executive session.